Hey, what's up to all my bariatric beauties and all my bariatric buddies? This is Nick Neek coming at you with my 11-week post-op update. Feeling good, feeling great, as I always say. For all my people that are watching for the first time, thank you for coming to my channel. I hope you enjoy yourself. I hope you enjoy the video. For all of my faithful watchers, once again, you guys know I love y'all. Y'all my peoples, y'all my Ninja Turtles. Like, yeah, we here, we here, we here. Yeah. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and jump into those numbers for you because I know you want to hear. By the way, while we on it, look at this. Look at this business. Do you see these stretch marks? Like a tiger jumped on me, slid halfway down, and was like, F it. But whatever, I ain't worried about it. Stretch marks. It is what it is. I always have them. Anyway, so into those numbers. Highest weight ever recorded was 299 as of last week. 10 weeks post op, I came in at 234. And today, bum, 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 I am 228. So yes, honey, from 299 to 228, I have a total of 71 pounds lost within my 11 weeks post-op. So I'm happy. Um, I talked about it last week how I am officially into the phase of eating food and trying to figure things out and make. I'm sorry, this man's walking down the street. I was trying to figure out what was up with him, like make sure he didn't look too savory. But you walking past my house, so I gotta make sure you're good. Anyway, so I was talking about. Well, today I want to talk about what I've been eating, what I found works for me, and maybe just some ideas that maybe you can incorporate into your lifestyle. Actually, today I was feeling real tutorialific. I don't even know if that's the word, but it's the word today. Tutorialific. And I made a list, y'all. I made a list. My chicken scratch handwriting, but nonetheless, it's a list. So I've realized that since I've been eating one of my very best friends when it comes to food, aside from my protein shakes and little fish, little chicken, has become Greek yogurt because it's really high in protein and it's so many things you can do with it. Like it's so versatile. So I want to talk about things to do with Greek yogurt today. I know that there are a lot of threads and a lot of posts about what you can do with it. But what I'm realizing is that I'm seeing a lot of the same things. A lot of people are like, well, you could just eat it. You can add some fruit to it. Yeah. It's like the same thing. And not that my ideas are super so original that nobody else has ever thought of them, but since you guys are my peoples and this is what I'm doing, I figure I would share what I'm doing with you. So here we go. Um, thing number one, of course, this is what I bought last time. This is not necessarily my key brand. I will eat anybody's Greek yogurt, and usually I buy it in plain, but vanilla was on sale, and Chobani's vanilla is so bland that it's like you could add season to it, and you never be able to tell that it was ever vanilla yogurt. It tastes just like plain. I've tasted plain that tastes better than they vanilla. But anyway, so thing number one is the obvious. You can eat the yogurt plain or you can add some fruit to it. I personally like to make a multi-purpose blend Greek yogurt, and that is when I take the yogurt, I like to add different herbs, different spices. Sometimes you know the little seasoning packets you see in the store. If you don't know what I'm talking about, here's one that I use quite often for what I like. This is a roasted potato bacon and chive seasoning packet. Yeah, you're supposed to put that on potatoes, toss them in the oven, or make fries or sprinkle it on the fries. But of course, I'm not eating potatoes because they get in my little sleeve and they expand and it doesn't feel good. So what I've been doing is I'll take 1/4 cup of Greek yogurt and a half a tablespoon, not tablespoon, half a teaspoon, up to a teaspoon of the seasoning. Mix it in. I love basil and I love thyme. I'll add a little basil, a little thyme. Bam, I got a dip. I got my raw veggies. I'm dipping my veggies in my Greek yogurt, which has protein. I got my veggies, which is my fiber, and my carrots with my beta carotene that are giving me, good eyesight and everything else. Basically, you're supposed to be eating a rainbow when it comes to veggies and produce and things like that. So, you dip in that. That's a good little snack. Another thing I did was I bought some kale. Kale is like really, really good for you. It's supposed to be one of the superfoods nowadays. Take you some kale leaves, stick them in the oven on a oiled pan or like a non-stick sprayed pan. Let them cook until they get crispy. Bam, you have kale chips. You can add a little sea salt to them if you want them to have, some salty texture. I personally like them plain. I dip them in my dip, chips and dip. Can't go bad there. Another thing I can use that for, it's not just a dip, but it can be a multi-purpose marinade. So far, what I like to use the most is I take my Greek yogurt, 1/4 cup, because that's all I'm using. I know I'm not going to eat all of that. Sorry, y'all got a case of like a air bubble that's chilling right here in my chest. Um, I take my 1/4 cup of Greek yogurt. I'll take me a little bit of basil, a little bit of dry mustard, Or my favorite, and I'll tell y'all right now, this is crack in a little bottle. It is my Sweet Hot Mustard by Hickory Farms. This is the shiznit. I'm trying to tell you. Take a little of that, and then you can also take, like, I use like onion soup mix, the Lipton's kind, like this right here. Add a few sprinkles of that in the yogurt. Rub it on your fish. Rub it on your chicken. You can bake it. You can put it in a pan. You can let it marinate overnight. But I'm telling you, it is good. It adds so much. Like I can't even. It's good. It's really good. And then at the same time, it's like it's a healthy alternative to buying some of these marinades that is chock full of salt, chock full of oil, and everything else. You essentially are just using the bare necessities, and you only add enough just for it to hit your tongue, and your tongue to say, okay, I recognize this. But at the same time, it's really good. Another thing you can do with another little recipe, you can get you some chicken breast. You can get you some Greek yogurt, 1/4 cup. You can add 1/4 cup of Dijon mustard. Rub that all over your chicken breast. Get you some breadcrumbs, like panko breadcrumbs. Bread them, put them in the oven. You got you some crispy chicken that you didn't have to use all the extra stuff, or you don't even need a lot of breadcrumbs, or you can use cracker crumbs, just enough to get you your crunch. Sometimes I need my crunch, sue me, whatever. Anyway, so a few other seasonings that I really like to use. This is another one. Like I put this. This is like Frank's Red Hot to me. That goes on everything, and this is called Herbs de Provence. Yes, Hansi. Yes, yes. This is the business. Little of this and some Greek yogurt, and you can toss it with some whole wheat pasta if pasta is what you eating. I'm not eating pasta, but if pasta is what you're eating, that's really, really good. It's just like a cream sauce, cream base. Another thing is, I've taken the same Greek yogurt, I put it in a pot, I added some shredded cheese. I'm gonna tell y'all this about me. I'm cheap. Point blank, period. Like if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. I ain't gonna do it. I'd rather make it than spend it. So when it comes to like buying certain things in the store, once again we talked about it last week. Shop smarter. Shop smarter. Like I'm not gonna pay $3 and some change for cheese in a bag when I can buy cheese in a block and come home and grate it and shred it and have it every other way I want just by doing it myself. So yeah, like you can buy a block of cheese for like $1 and some change. Why would I buy it in a bag where it's already pre-measured, pre-weighed out? It don't even equal what you're gonna get in that block. So that's just something to think about. Um, Another recipe that I did that I really enjoyed, I did some turkey wings. Like of course I couldn't eat a whole turkey wing, but it was a good thing to look at. My whole family enjoyed it. I had turkey wings, and then a fourth a cup of Greek yogurt. I added some smoked paprika. I added some dry mustard and Italian seasoning. Rubbed them turkey wings down, baked them in the oven. Can you say finger and toe licking good? Like it was yum diddly umptious. It was good. Another thing you can do, creamy tomato soup. I love tomato soup. Uh, I'm in love with tomato soup. So instead of using heavy cream, I use about a cup of Greek yogurt. I use about a fourth of a cup of tomato paste and some diced tomatoes. I put them in a pot, started to let them cook down, added just a little bit of silk milk, the soy milk or whatever, a little bit of that to make it a little bit more on the diluted side for me. Some Italian seasoning, a little bit of cheese on top. Bam! I had me a creamy tomato soup. No, it's not the quote unquote culinary kind that they make in the restaurant or even the kind that comes in the can. But dang it, when it gets in your mouth, it's good. So try it. Then I've been doing my desserts. I had to make me an orange dreamsicle. I had 1/2 cup of yogurt, 1 cup of orange juice, and a tablespoon of vanilla extract. I put them in the blender, let them get all nice and liquefied. I have the popsicle stick molds, pop them in the freezer, left them overnight. Next day I had me a dreamsicle. I loved it. And then I also do my berries and cream freezy cup, which is I put it in a blender, 1 cup of yogurt, and 1 cup of mixed berries. Sometimes I use my sugar-free syrups, which I will show you if I wanted to have a little kick and add like some caramel flavor to my berries and yogurt dream cup. Here it is. I use Jordan Skinny Syrup. This is 0 calories, 0 sugar. It is caramel syrup, sugar-free syrup. Sometimes, oh, I'm gonna drop it. Sometimes I even use vanilla. Once again, this is by Jordan Skinny Syrups. It's 0 calories, 0 sugars. Mix those up in the blender, pop it in the freezer in a little cup or a little bowl. You don't have to let it get all the way frozen. Just let it get to the point where it's starting to turn a little ice creamy type texture. And bam, you got you a little freezy creamberry caramel cup. It's good. It's yummy. Well, once again, it's a lifestyle change, but you don't have to completely deprive yourself. You can enjoy what you're eating, and it can still taste good. It just can be better for you. Um, then I do my cream cheese. I do not eat bread per se. Sometimes I have a tortilla or whatever, but I usually eat wheat tortillas, and it's not the same as flour tortillas, or it's not exactly the same. But anyway, yeah. So I'll do a little bit of yogurt. I won't say a specific amount; it just depends on how much you plan on eating. For I know some people out there who are post-op or even just dieters, they'll have the bagel thins, which are pretty small. I guess it's reasonable. It serves the purpose that you want. And if you don't want to add cream cheese with all them calories, you can just use a little bit of Greek yogurt, a little bit of sugar-free syrup or artificial sweetener, Splenda, whatever it is that you want to use, and then add some cinnamon. I always add cinnamon to stuff like that because cinnamon is a known appetite suppressant. So yeah, and it's good. You can add fruit if you like, but bam, there's your cream cheese substitute. It's still creamy. You have that same texture. You can add whatever you want to it, and you spread it on your bagel. And lastly, this is something I made for a party last week. I made taco dip with Greek yogurt. Everybody ate it up. Okay, so I made a pretty small bowl because it wasn't but a few of us. I had 1 cup of yogurt. I had 1/4 of a pack of taco seasoning, or you can season it to taste. Basically, the taco seasoning like this, the McCormick's kind, nothing too special. A little bit of that. Add you some diced tomatoes from the can because I wasn't dicing them. You can add you some diced white or green onions to it. Mix all that up. A little shredded cheese, some cut up cilantro, and then black beans. Beans have a lot of protein, so does the Greek yogurt. Granted, the taco seasoning does have a pretty good salt content, but once again, we're talking about just a treat here and there, but at the same time, not jumping completely off the deep end. So that was a taco dip that I made. I had a lot of shredded cheese on top and a lot of cilantro. And basically, I did it like a 7 layer bean dip. And you can even add, the avocado if you want to add the guacamole for, however you want to do it. But I'm just saying all of this to say don't become monotonous with it. Don't be scared to try new things. Open up your mind. If you like one particular product and you know that product works for you and it gets all your protein in or it helps you up the amount, continue to use that product, but find out how else you can incorporate it. It doesn't have to be the same over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. And I don't remember whether I talked about my compound butter, but if I didn't, I'm gonna run that by again. If I did, I'm sorry for being repetitive. I just can't remember whether I said it or not. I spoke about, I think I spoke about compound butter, which is basically you take an unsweetened butter, you mix in herbs and spices and onions or whatever it is you like, and you freeze it. And then like it's good to rub on top of fish when it's cooked, or put on top of a steak and let it melt. Well, I've made a compound butter with the Greek yogurt. Basically, I took some Greek yogurt, I took some garlic and some onion powder and some different herbs. Actually, I used my herb de Provence this seasoning spice blend, and I just basically mixed it with some Greek yogurt. I froze it, and then when I had my fish, I just sliced a little piece off, let it sit on top of the fish, and let all them herbs and yummy creamy goodness get into the fish. My favorite fish is swai because it cooks wonderfully. Especially because I really don't like fry fish or do anything in the pan. I usually bake it or steam it just because it maintains such a good texture and all the flavors still lock in. So that's just something I try. But I'm not going to hold up any more of you guys' time for right now. Um, I will come back with a part 2 video just of a few things that I got from the thrift store because I went to the thrift store yesterday and bought me a couple things and talk about my size adjustments. So thank you all for watching. Hopefully you all got something out of this video. Hopefully you guys watch again. Definitely leave comments, leave questions. I will be answering them in the form of either another comment or video. So once again, thank you guys for watching. I love you guys so much. And Neek Neek is over and out. Mwah!